All right, what's going on, guys? Your man Todd from FaceTime with Todd Warden. We are here in the beautiful Lounge Studios in New York City. Now, tonight's guest, if you guys don't know, multi-platinum recording artist, okay? He's from a group you may have heard of called Milli Vanilli. He is a great recording artist. We're going to talk about his memoir. We're going to talk about his documentary. And we're going to talk about he's on tour right now, headlining the I Love 90s tour. Give it up to my man, Fab Morvan. Fab, how you doing, brother?
Damn.
Gotta explode that out. I love the energy you bring in, man. Welcome to New York City, or welcome back. Obviously.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done anything like this, in New York City.
Yeah. Well, we're critics.
Yeah. No, I love the fact that you guys are so straightforward.
Yeah.
New York played a very important part of my career because we went from London, and from London it came to New York, and from New York New York gave us a stamp of approval.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys know what's good. And you gave us that, and I never forgot New York, and I had a good time here in New York too.
Oh yeah, we love great artists. I mean, you can't beat, and like I said with Akon, no shade to the US, but there's something about overseas, European fans, they're incredible. There's a different vibe to it. But when you come to New York, we're known as kind of like the music capital of the world, along with food and clothing and everything else, but we respect good artists, and you've always been a great artist.
Thank you,
I'm not even going to say good. We're going to say great.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Because,
but you know what?
Yeah.
You haven't seen nothing yet.
What about hear something yet? Can I hear it? Can I hear it?
Oh, I can't give you any of the new stuff. I can give you some oldies because it's always on top of my mind.
Okay.
I can give you, it's a tragedy for me to see the dream is over, and I never will forget the day we met. Girl, I'm gonna miss you. It's a tragedy for me to see the dream is over, and I never will forget the day we met. Girl, I'm gonna miss you.
God damn, that was awesome, man. I got to give you some love. I got to give you some clapping. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
I got to have you sing at my wedding if I ever get married.
You will.
If
you will.
Hey, man,
you
we
should.
all know we can fall in love, but it's more lusty in the first couple of days. But to find someone that you're willing to say, you know what, I want to take you to my grave. Not literally, but I want to. But that's a rare thing.
You got a point here. Once you find the one, the one and only, it'll change your life and will make you better.
I like that.
I'm telling you, man.
And if it doesn't, I'll just blame it on the rain.
True.
How's that?
Look where I came from. I got 4 kids now.
4
with
kids?
The same woman. I'm very proud of saying that always.
That's actually a really rarity thing for people.
Everyone
I got 4
knows.
kids with the same girl.
Everyone knows I had a good time.
Yeah, I have kids, but they're somewhere in the world. Every time a kid comes up, they're like, "You my daddy?" I'm like, "Where's your mom?" They're like, "I'm like, no, I'm not your dad." No, sorry.
Actually, my kids are my A&R.
Oh, that's great.
They don't question. They'll say, "Papa, I like it." 2 days later, said, Can you play that song? Can you put it on my playlist? It's not released. They don't understand because I have young kids, my twins. Say it's not out yet. So I can't put it into your playlist on Spotify, but I will. That's what I'm working on. Papa is working on that, to put the song you love out so you can hear it in your playlist in the near future.
They're going to love it. And speaking of your future, let's go back in the past a little, because the tour that you're on is entitled I Love the 90s tour.
True. I love the 90s. And it's a trip, because let's go into that. Young MC gave me my Grammy.
Young MC.
With Chris Christopherson.
Wow. Okay.
So when we started doing that, I was like, wow, that's a trip. Young MC. Bro.
The intelligent rapper.
Yeah, he's a smart
He was in Ivy League school.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, his approach to business was really just like educated.
Yeah.
He took it as a business. Unfortunately, many of us, didn't see it as a business. It was for us a way to express ourselves. We look at music as love and having a good time. And let's face it, we were all very, very young when we entered the business.
Yeah,
and never were taught. So if you're not taught, or did you go to school for business, you don't understand or even get the value of just to $1, which I've learned later. Like, oh my God, and now suddenly I had to watch my money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So when that happens, then, you know, everything comes back into perspective, and you learn about life, and you learn to appreciate what's given to you, you know? So life will humble you, but it's a gift.
Yeah.
Once life humbles you, you look at people, and you look at every human being like with respect. There's none of that. I never did that, but I think that when you're humbled by life, it's clear, you know. And if you can give back, like, you know, doing this podcast with you today, Todd, it's also you. That's why I try to do my best when I speak, to give something, to give value to people, so they can walk away. And at a later date, when the music comes, they'll say, "Oh wow, okay, let me check what he has to say." But everything that I say is an extension of who I am, and that goes into the music.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
It does.
Some of the greatest songs in the world are based on the emotions of an artist, present, future, and past, right? And those are the greatest words, because it helps your fans relate. If a fan can relate and dance, you got a hit.
Make them think, dance, and feel.
Yeah.
And with that being said, you know, a lot of great songs have changed people's lives, you know.
Yeah.
Bob Marley is my number one. My number one draft
I don't think
pick.
there's one bad song that Bob Marley. And I was blessed to meet a lot of his family. I just met him, Marley, the grandson.
Oh, wow.
Really cool kid.
Yeah, the DNA is crazy.
All of them, it's great, the whole family. But I love how you brought up the business part, because when I spoke to Maya, there's a reason why she went independent, which helped her learn the business. And she respects it more now, and she is blessed that her mom's her accountant. So she was blessed to be able to work the money. But you came from an era where you were brought on by talent agents, managers, and that's where trust came into it.
That's right.
And now today, you have a publicist team that I trust, and one of them sitting right here, and they're just great to work with, and they're very hard to find.
It's hard to
find them, keep it.
No, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
You know, find the team, and it's all about the team, because without the team, you can't wear every hat.
Yeah.
Right. So I've taken my time, but also as a human being, growing up and maturing, you have to learn to trust your gut.
Yeah.
You know, because you feel like everyone, you know, it's just funny because in America is you're guilty. You're innocent until proven guilty, right?
That was the old model, but I don't think that exists anymore.
Right.
Even if you're guilty, you could be proved innocent. Let's flip that script.
Right. But in France, is you're guilty.
Yeah.
Until proven innocent.
Facts. Yeah.
Right. So after everything that happened to me, like everyone was like, I was on edge. I was like, I can't trust. And it was very difficult for me to just move forward and let people in. So I was like on my own.
Right.
Until I was able to forgive to the people who took advantage of me. Forgive everyone that did me wrong. And when I was able to forgive, because it's a gift of forgiving is definitely a gift to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
When I was able to do that, then I was able to walk away, and that's when I could see people for who they are. Because I used to only see the good in people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was my mistake early on, trusting. But everything comes from trauma.
Mm-hmm. All the time.
It's trauma. At the core, it's trauma. And people behave because something happened to them. And now I'm evolved enough to sense and feel, you know. You come in, you still have work to do, so you stay there. People are here sometimes for a season.
Yeah.
But during that season, they can teach you something.
I love it. And that's where now you got the memoir coming out.
Yeah.
Which is going to discuss a lot of this stuff, which is very important, because too many people want to do docs and memoirs. And I always tell people, do it when, number one, you know people are going to read it or listen to it. And number two, if you have something to say, just because you want to talk doesn't mean you actually have something to say. And you have a story. True. And your memoir, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Got Grammy nominated this year as an audiobook, storyteller, and narrator. I think that was
those were the categories. Yeah.
Congrats on that. I think so. I gotta shake your hand on that, bro. Appreciate it. Of course.
It's a good one. It's a good one. It makes people cry. It moves people. And but on another note, I got to tell you another story.
Yeah.
The people that I got in business with, the Los Angeles Tribune, when it came time to pay me, it kind of disappeared. So we tried to remedy the breach several times, but then, I went through the judicial
Like the process.
due process, and now I got everything back.
Yeah.
And now I'm releasing the book again under a different title.
Different title, right.
Blame It on the Game. New chapter and new information that music journalists they're gonna love. Because that's never been shared before.
No, and we love that. And we love having artists come back and tell the real story, their side, instead of the side that where it's propaganda by the media sometimes, because it happens all the time.
Stories gets distorted all the time.
Of course, because they want the ratings. And if they have to exaggerate the truth to get the ratings, they'll do it. But then people need to sit back and be intelligent and be like, listen, you need to really look into a real story and stop mocking what you don't understand and hear it from the truth.
But back then, there were only 4 pipelines. There were very few. Look at what now it's like mushrooms.
Yeah.
But before there was like 4 baobab trees.
Yeah.
1 pipeline, 2, 3. And once your story went in there and the story was distorted, there was no way you could be coming anywhere and say, hey, listen, this is the true story. But now, thanks to podcasts, social media, we can tell our truth.
I love it. That's incredible. And I have to say another congrats. If you guys don't know, you get to know soon. This fall, I believe, your documentary, which is, I guess, a retake or remake, because you were in 2023, I believe, in Tribeca.
At 23, I have to move in 24.
Right.
And this documentary is, we're covering the Grammys, so it's a really nice one because people might think like, oh, but you did a movie, you did a documentary, but this is more placed into the now.
It's great.
And it's going to be really cool.
I hope to see it back in Tribeca. I think even though it's going to be streaming, sometimes Tribeca will do an anniversary thing because I think it's going to do really well. They just did it for the 30th Bound film with Jennifer Tilly. But if you guys don't know, ABC picked it up. They're going to be airing your doc on ABC, which will also be available on Hulu in the fall. That's huge.
That is huge. I'm very pleased that they came through. It's well done. Questions were awesome. And, it continues the story, and I believe that I have a few more documentary in me.
A couple.
Because of the fact that everything that I have now, I said it earlier, like it was premeditated, but in the sense that it was manifested. And I believe that as a human being, as an artist, especially as an artist, you have to put the work in. And then eventually, whatever you make acts like a magnet. People will know that you are doing something. And when you share that certain something, it attracts people. Then after, it's up to you to choose whoever you want to let in to help you grow whatever thing that you're growing. And it's about teamwork. So you can't do everything on your own. So you gotta let people in who are like-minded, so you can take it to the next level. So I took my time and I built an awesome team, from publicity team to now agents and agencies to the producers. The majority of the producers that I work with, I've worked with them for years, and I saw them grow and get strong. And I think that when you work with the top producers, a top producer that a record company puts you with, it's like, where's the connection?
Yeah.
You have to build that connection. And what I did is, through the years, I found people. I'm very good at finding talent. And I was like, wow, man, super good. And we kept working, and I kept everything, in a treasure chest, and let it simmer and let it grow, mature. And I take it back out. I listen. I'm like, wow, we did something that was very special because of the fact that there was no thinking too much.
Yeah, you found trust in the people you could work with.
You found trust.
Stacy Grind?
Stacy Grind, yeah.
That's one of your friends. And I love the message you said, which was a beautiful message, which is going to lead into not only talking about Stacy, but the EP you put out, which is Life is Beautiful. I believe it's a 6-track set.
That's right.
That you have coming out, brand new music. So you got a tour, brand new music, you got a memoir, you got a
But on top of that,
documentary, and
most excited about is that I have now my label.
your label.
I got a label.
Tell
now.
them about your label.
Here we go. So Fab Milli Records.
Fab Milli Records.
That's right. And under that, I'm gonna have 5 other labels because I do deep house, tech house. I do alternative kind of guitar vibe, instrumental, collective. It's going to be a collective one, and just no limit. So whatever type of sound that I make, I'll put it in this one or in this one, and it'll fit into the category.
That's so.
So like this, there's no limit to my creativity. As opposed to put everything in one place, it might confuse people. So they know when they go to Fab Milli Electro, you know what you're getting.
Exactly. And you have to be creative, especially as an artist. I've never met an artist that didn't have more than one hat. And you have to.
True.
Yeah. And listen, we are really enjoying this.
We're
loving this interview. We're loving that you have all this stuff coming up. You got the memoir.
It's just the beginning.
You got the doc. It's just the beginning.
Yeah.
And we're not really going to touch upon it because we're going to wrap this up. But I will say that I think you were ahead of your time back in the day. And we're going to leave it at this. AI today is giving fake AI artists with music, and you got people lip syncing, all that, making money. You were kind of doing that back in the day. And I tell people, if you were young and offer something great to change your life, would you take it? And most people would do it.
Most people would do. But on top of that, there are different layers. There's the fact that they made a trap. We had no experience. We never signed a record deal.
Yeah.
We never had the chance to deal with. So it was a first experience, new, naive. And, when you see some guy that has platinum records all over the wall and he says, I want you, you're like, where do I jump? How high?
Exactly.
That's what you think,
Right.
So you sign a contract and eventually you realize that, it was all a trap because all you wanted was really my looks.
Exactly.
And you had the records already recorded. I got some money. They wanted us to repay them. We said no. And they said, well, life is not that easy.
No.
If you get paid, you got to work for it. So we thought we'd do one single. But then when you go into it, then you live that life and you taste that life, it changes you. So we go back to what you said. Everyone would have jumped with 2 feet in it. And, but like I said, there's more to the story. But I'm just glad that I was able to reinvent myself.
And we love it. And that's why with the memoir, you guys got to check it out. It's going to be a great story. We're excited for you. Congratulations on coming back.
Thank you, bro.
And it just shows you that no matter what decisions you make in the past, use that decision to make a better future, what you're doing now. So check it out on ABC and Hulu this fall. My man's got a documentary. This is Fab Morvan, right here, recording artist on FaceTime with Todd Warden in the beautiful Lounge Studio in New York City. FaceTime with Todd Warden is proudly sponsored by Fix Your Fungal Nail by Fix Your Feet Products, formulated by podiatric surgeon Dr. Yolanda Ragland to clear nails of fungal infection. For more information, go to fixyourfeetproducts.com. And by Sharp Lens Photography, capturing excellence since 2011. For more information, go to sharplensnyc.com.